Hi everybody, I'm Solomon, the Arkansas Diamond Miner. Got another video for the custom equipment for you. This is what I call a yoke. And you'll see a few different versions of this down here. There's several of them floating around. Guy's got one made out of aluminum, the other guy's got one made out of conduit that's aluminum that he's bent himself. They all kind of have the same general purpose. What this does, this allows you to carry buckets with the weight basically placed up on your shoulders and back instead of on your arms and forearms and hands. So the whole idea behind these, which I only brought one bucket, and I don't think I can really use it with one bucket, but you got some pieces of metal here. I'll step up a little closer where you can see it, where this will hook onto the handle of the bucket, and you got one on each side, and all this is strips of iron. This is just stock iron right here. You can get it at Lowe's. I welded this myself. That's where I got it. So you take strips of iron, you just bend a big old bow that's about the thickness of your chest, you know, from front to back. You want it to be kind of long in the back so as it hits you down here and keeps you from pulling back too far. But you bend them two over, you put a cross brace here, here, and here. And then I took and put this piece across and bolted it on. Some of the newer ones I made, I've actually welded it together, but that's just a square, perforated square tubing is what that is. Kind of looks like a tetanus shot waiting to happen, but I think I'm okay with it. So that's what it is. So some of the things you kind of want to consider if you decide to make one of these. So you need a little bit of padding on it. I don't have much padding in the back, but I'm going to add some. It's real easy to do. Just using that real thin styrofoam. It's kind of a rubbery styrofoam. Wrap it around, duct tape around that. It's kind of how we do it around here. So you got these chains, and one of the considerations you want to make is how wide you want your chains to be, because if they're right by your side, your buckets are going to bump your knees as you walk. So you don't really want that. You want them to be just a little bit out from you. And you want, if you hold your hands out, I don't know if I'm in too close or not, but if you hold your hands out like this, like how you would want your buckets, that's how long you'd want your chains. Because what you want to do, when you stand up with buckets on this, and you stand up like that, pick them buckets up, you want them to be hanging right there where you can easily put your hands on them to carry them. So if I had thought to bring another 5-gallon bucket, I've got a bucket of centers right here behind me. I could split that into 2 buckets and have half in each, and then I could have carried it out with this if I'd thought about it. I got to put this in my cage. I'll probably put it in there tomorrow, but yeah, so this is something that I don't know of anywhere you can buy them right now. I've made a couple and sold them, but I'm not really in the business of making these, so I just made them for buddies of mine that needed one. But this is something that will drastically increase your production in a day, because you can only carry so many buckets before your hands and your forearms and your shoulders get done. You know, you can only do so much, but with this, you're putting so much more of that work on your legs and your back and stuff. It makes toting buckets a whole lot easier. So this has really added to my production in a day, having one of these. So, and you know, it's not really heavy. It kind of looks big and cumbersome, but it's not. It's probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 pounds. So when you think about 7 or 8 pounds on your back, that ain't really a whole lot. But anyhow, so they just closed up. The search field behind me is empty, as you can tell, and they're going to start closing these buildings up here in a little while. So probably going to make some tracks to get out of here. I'm going to have to just carry that bucket. I hate really carrying one bucket at a time, but I can kind of work that out. So anyhow, I've got a couple more videos for custom equipment. Hope you've seen them. If not, I'm sure you've seen a couple of the cards across the top. If you missed them, go ahead and go back. Click on them info cards and they'll take you to some other videos. I'll also have a playlist at the end of this video that has all of the other custom equipment videos in with it. So, appreciate you watching my video. If you would, please like and subscribe.